Welcome to a breakthrough for every English learner who feels trapped by their own mind. You know the words, but when it's time to speak, your thoughts race and silence takes over. You overthink. Is this the right word? Is my grammar perfect? What if I make a mistake? This internal battle keeps you quiet, but not anymore. This session will teach you to stop thinking and start talking free from fear, pressure, or wasted months. This isn't just motivation, it's a guide to real techniques, practical speaking exercises, and genuine transformation. If you are serious about English fluency, subscribe now. We don't just teach grammar. We empower you to speak English confidently and naturally for life. Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Real Barrier to Speaking. It's not your tongue, it's your thoughts. Many believe they have a speaking problem, but in reality, it's a thinking problem. More grammar isn't the answer, fixing your speaking mindset is. Here's the common scenario. You want to speak English, but your brain spirals. Is this correct? Will I sound foolish? How do I say that again? Should I translate from my language? At this exact moment, you freeze. Your mouth stays shut, confidence plummets, and silence returns. The true issue isn't your voice or your tongue. It's your mind trying to micromanage every word. Language doesn't work that way. Consider walking. You don't consciously command each leg movement. You just walk because your body is trained to do it automatically. Speaking English should be equally effortless. A child learning to walk falls countless times, but never stops, never overthinks, never worries about looking silly or being laughed at. They simply try, and that's how they learn. But when you try to speak English, you start checking, correcting, doubting, translating, and fearing. This isn't learning, it's mental pressure that chokes fluency. Fluency isn't about how much you know, it's about how freely your thoughts flow without interruption. This freedom will never come if you judge every word before it leaves your mouth. You must cultivate a new habit. Speak first, correct later. Express, don't perfect. Try this now. Look around your room and speak aloud in English. This is my bed. I see the curtain. My phone is on the table. I am watching a video about English speaking. Don't overthink. Just describe what you see, what you do. Initially, you'll be slow, make grammar mistakes, and forget words. But this is how you conquer fear. This is how you transition from thinking to speaking. You don't have a weak voice or poor grammar. You're not bad at English. You just need to quiet your brain, stop checking, stop correcting, and start trusting your ability. The biggest mistake isn't using wrong grammar, it's saying nothing at all. Chapter 2, Talk First, Think Later. The secret of fast English speakers. If you prioritize thinking over talking, you'll always be slow. This is why many learners struggle. They construct a sentence in their native language, translate it to English, check the grammar, and then finally speak. By then, the conversation has moved on. They remain silent or offer only a single word. Fluent English speakers operate differently. They don't pause to think before every word or translate mentally. They've trained their minds to speak without fear, trusting their mouth and the habits they've built. This is what you need to learn. Imagine being in a shop. The seller asks, "Do you want a bag?" In your head, you begin, How do I say no? I have my own bag in English. You translate, check grammar, get nervous, and either stay silent or just say no. But if you had already practiced common speaking blocks like no, thank you, I've got my own, or I brought my own bag, your mouth would respond automatically. That is fluency. That is speaking reflex. That is talking first, thinking later. You need to build automatic responses for daily situations. Start simple. I'm not sure. Let me think. Can you repeat that? That's interesting. What do you mean? Practice these aloud daily, repeating them like a song. Then add more real life scenarios, phone calls, asking directions, ordering food, asking someone to wait, saying you're busy, describing your day. When your mouth knows what to say, your brain doesn't need to translate. Overthinking before speaking will always make you late and keep you silent. So reverse it. Talk first. Let your brain catch up. It may feel strange initially, but that's how fluency is built. Speak, then think, and soon you'll speak naturally without conscious thought. Chapter 3, Silence is the enemy of fluency. Most learners wait for the right moment to speak English when they feel ready, know more words, feel confident, or find the perfect sentence. This moment never arrives. What happens? They continue watching videos and reading books, but their mouth remains silent. This silence becomes a habit that destroys fluency. Your brain learns through use, not just storage. Knowing 10,000 words is useless. If you never use them, you'll forget them. It's like having a gym membership, but never exercising. Your muscles won't grow by watching fitness videos. Similarly, your English won't improve by watching 100 YouTube lessons if your mouth stays shut. You don't need perfection, you just need to speak repeatedly. That's how your fluency muscle grows. Starting today, set one rule: no 0 speaking days. Every single day, you must speak something in English, even if it's one sentence, even if you're alone, even if it's simple. Here are 5 daily actions. 1. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I just woke up. Now I'll brush my teeth. 2. Narrate your actions. I'm making tea. Now I'm opening the fridge. 3. Keep a voice diary. Record your thoughts for 2 minutes every night. 4. Read aloud. Take a page from a book and speak every sentence out loud. 5. Shadow a video. Pick a sentence from a speaker and repeat it with them. These are not difficult. They require discipline. You must break the silence with action. Silence feels safe, like you're avoiding mistakes. But in reality, you're avoiding growth. If you don't speak, you don't learn. If you don't speak, your brain doesn't rewire. Stop protecting your silence. Break it daily with your voice, because every sentence you speak is a brick in your fluency foundation. Speak today, speak tomorrow. Speak until your silence vanishes forever. Chapter 4, Embrace mistakes purposefully. That's how your brain learns. It might sound counterintuitive, but to achieve fluent English, you must stop aiming for perfect English. Instead, learn to speak even if you make 10 mistakes in one sentence. Because mistakes are not your adversaries, they are your greatest teachers. When you make and correct a mistake, your brain forms a new, stronger connection, making the learning permanent. However, if you're too afraid to make mistakes, your brain never learns the correct version either. remaining stuck in silence. Avoiding mistakes means avoiding fluency. Remember learning to ride a bicycle. You fell, lost balance, hit the ground. But you didn't quit. You got up, tried again, and with each fall, your brain learned balance. Now you ride effortlessly. Speaking English is the same. To train your tongue and brain for balance. Let them fall. Let them make mistakes. Most learners only speak when they are absolutely sure. Is this grammar right? Is this vocabulary acceptable? Let me check again. I'll wait until I learn more. This habit is dangerous. You become someone who understands English but cannot use it. You comprehend but remain silent, perpetually waiting to be ready. Here's the truth. You don't become fluent and then start speaking. You start speaking and then become fluent. Your action plan: speak wrong, speak loud, speak proud. Yes, speak wrong. Say anything, even if the grammar is broken, words aren't perfect, or people might laugh. Every mistake you make aloud teaches you something new that silence never will. Here's a powerful technique, the wrong to right loop. 1. Intentionally say something wrong. He go to school yesterday. 2. Then correct it. Oh no, he went to school yesterday. 3. Repeat both aloud. He go to school yesterday. He went to school yesterday. This loop rewires your brain, teaching your mouth to hear and feel the difference. Do this daily, it will transform everything. Children speak fearlessly. They say, I eated that. Him is funny. She goed there. But because they speak freely, they learn rapidly, faster than adults. Adults stay quiet, fearing judgment and grammar. That fear slows them down. So, speak like a child, correct like a coach, and grow like a master. Chapter 5. Practice with yourself. Become your own English partner. Many learners lament, I have no one to speak English with. Nobody around me speaks English. How can I practice if I'm alone? But the truth is, you don't need a partner, a classroom, or a teacher. You need one person yourself. Your brain doesn't care who you're speaking to. It just cares that you're speaking. Speaking aloud activates your memory, improves pronunciation, builds sentence structure, boosts confidence, removes hesitation, and fosters fluency through repetition, all achievable alone. Let's break this down. 1. Mirror speaking practice. 5 minutes daily. Stand before a mirror, look into your own eyes, and speak. Talk about your day, your plans, a story, your thoughts. Don't stop, don't check, just speak. This builds confidence, natural expression, and the ability to speak under pressure because you're observing yourself. It's real training for real situations. 2. Voice recording practice. Every night, open your phone's recorder. Speak for 2 to 5 minutes. What did I do today? What did I eat? How did I feel? What will I do tomorrow? Then listen. It will feel strange initially, but soon you'll identify and fix your mistakes and hear your improvement. It becomes your personal audio diary and a record of your fluency journey. 3. Talk about what you see. Real-time practice. Wherever you are, describe your surroundings in English. I am sitting on a chair. There is a fan on the ceiling. I am opening the door now. I am walking to the kitchen. You're speaking in real time about real things with real sentences. This creates automatic fluency, teaching your brain to talk without preparation. 4. Pretend conversations. act as if you're talking to someone. Imagine you're at a cafe. Hi, can I get a black coffee, please? Imagine an interview. Yes. I'm very passionate about learning. Imagine teaching someone. Okay, let me explain what this means. This imagination-based speaking is incredibly powerful, creating speaking reflexes even without a real person. Consider Sophia, a student in Mexico. She lacked English-speaking friends and money for classes. Yet, she spoke to herself daily. She had mirror talks, described her routine, recorded her thoughts, and shadowed English sentences. In 6 months, she spoke fluently with anyone. She didn't need a school. She just needed herself and discipline. If you claim you have no one to talk to, that's no longer an excuse. You have a voice, a mirror, your phone, your thoughts, your imagination, and now the plan. Practice with yourself daily, deeply, deliberately, because those who wait for others fall behind. But the one who speaks with themselves speaks with the world. Chapter 6. Build speaking loops to never get stuck. Every learner dreads this moment mid-sentence. Your mind goes blank. You don't know how to continue. You freeze, stop talking, and feel embarrassed. This isn't because your English is bad. It's because you lack speaking loops in your brain. Let's fix that. Speaking loops are ready to use flexible phrases that help you start a sentence, continue it, end it, fill time while thinking, and keep the conversation moving. These loops keep your brain active while you decide what to say. They are like training wheels for your speaking, preventing you from falling when you forget something. Native speakers don't pause every few seconds to recall grammar rules. They use hundreds of small, familiar phrases like, I'm not sure, but the thing is, let me explain. What I mean is, you know what I'm saying. So, basically, these are loop fillers, soft landings for the brain, and you need to integrate them into your speech. Imagine someone asks, what do you do in your free time? You want to say, I read books. But your brain isn't ready, so you freeze. Instead, you can say, that's a good question. Let me think. Well, to be honest, it depends on the day. Actually, I do a few things. These phrases buy your brain 3 to 5 seconds to prepare the next part. You stay calm, sound fluent, and avoid freezing. Start by creating 3 sets. Set 1, starting loops. Use these to begin any answer. Well, let me think. Actually, that's interesting. Mom, I've never thought about that. To be honest, it depends. Set 2, continuing loops. Use these when your sentence isn't finished, but your brain needs time. And you know. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you could say that reminds me of. Set 3, ending loops. Use these to conclude your answer if you forget something or don't want to continue. But yeah, that's what I do. So that's kind of it anyway. Something like that. And that's pretty much it. Hope that makes sense. Every day, take one situation and build a loop. Situation. How was your weekend? Start, let's see. Where do I begin? Middle, we went to the beach, and end. So yeah, it was fun. Situation, what are your hobbies? Start. Actually, I have a few, middly. Most of the time, I just chill and read and end. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Do this with 5 questions a day. Write it, speak it, repeat it. This will program your brain with strong conversational habits. Fluency isn't about difficult words. It's about not getting stuck when you don't know what to say. Speaking loops are your best tool for this. They provide structure, flow, and thinking time without stopping the conversation. Build them, use them, repeat them, and you will never freeze again. Chapter 7. Keep sentences simple. Speak like a real human. Most learners mistakenly believe that fluent English requires long words, complicated sentences, fancy phrases, and academic vocabulary. This is false. The best speakers in the world speak simply, clearly, and directly, because fluent English is about effective communication, not impressive vocabulary. Here's what happens when learners try to sound advanced. They forget their point, make grammar mistakes, lose confidence, speak slowly, and sound robotic. This is a major reason you remain stuck. You try to construct elaborate sentences, but your mind gets overwhelmed. The solution: keep it simple, keep it real, keep it useful. For example, complex. It is imperative that we commence our journey at the earliest convenience. Simple: we should start our trip soon. Complex: I would be incredibly grateful if you could possibly assist me with this task. Simple: can you help me, please? Complex: the climatic conditions today appear to be relatively pleasant and agreeable. Simple: the weather is nice today. Do you see the difference? The simple version sounds more natural, is easier to say, and reflects how real people talk. Here are some powerful, super simple sentence starters for daily use. I like. I don't like. I want to. I want to. I have to. I think. I feel like. Let's. Can I? Do you want to? These provide the core structure for 80% of daily conversations. Examples: I like cooking. I don't like traffic. I want to learn English. I'm going to the store. Can I ask something? These are short but powerful. And most importantly, they make you sound fluent and natural. How to train simplicity in your speaking. Write one long sentence you want to say. Break it down into 2 to 3 short, simple sentences. Speak all versions aloud. Choose the version that feels natural and confident. Practice it again tomorrow. Long version: despite being extremely tired, I managed to complete all the tasks that were assigned to me. Simple version: I was tired, but I finished all my work. Which sounds clearer? The second, simple version, wins. The goal isn't to sound like a dictionary. It's to sound like a confident speaker. Confident speakers don't use big words to impress. They use simple words to connect. So, remove pressure, remove big grammar rules. Just talk like a real person. Simple sentences, clear meaning, strong fluency. That's how you master English. Chapter 8. Learn English in chunks, not individual words. One of the biggest reasons English learners get stuck while speaking is trying to remember and use one word at a time. Store, tomorrow, but when they speak, they pause. Store, tomorrow. It sounds broken, slow, nervous, unclear. Why? Because fluent English isn't built on single words. It's built on word chunks, full expressions, and sentence pieces that native speakers use constantly. Chunks are groups of words that naturally go together like small, ready-to-use building blocks. Examples: going to the store. Do you want something? I have no idea. Let me think. It doesn't matter. Can I ask you something? I'll get back to you. Sounds good, Odd. You don't need to construct these sentence by sentence. You remember them as one unit. The more chunks you learn, the easier it becomes to speak English automatically without pausing or translating. Understand how your brain works. When you speak your native language, you don't build every sentence word by word. You speak in ready-made patterns. Your brain isn't searching for grammar, it's repeating patterns it already knows. You can do the same in English. Learning natural phrases saves brain energy, reduces fear, and improves fluency. Step 1. Collect real chunks from real conversations. Watch English shows, interviews, or YouTube videos. This time, don't focus on big vocabulary. Listen for real life expressions. For example, that makes sense. Let me check. I'm not sure actually. That's a great question. It's up to you. When you hear one, pause the video and write it down. Aim to collect 5 chunks daily. Step 2, say them aloud 5 times each. Once written, don't just read, speak them aloud. This helps your mouth memorize the rhythm, flow, and pronunciation. Say it with your full voice. Let me think, see 5 times. I'll be right back, see 5 times. Sounds like a plan? Lie 5 times. Let the sentence reside in your body, not just your head. Step 3, use them in fake conversations. Imagine this situation your friend asks, "What do you want to do tonight?" Instead of thinking hard, you can simply say, "I'm not sure. Let me think. It's up to you. We could watch a movie, maybe." All these are chunks. Practice these in your mirror or record a fake conversation using them. The more you use them, the faster they become a natural part of your speaking. Here are 10 chunks to start using today. 1, I'm not sure. 2, let me think. 3, that's interesting. 4, 5, what do you mean? 6, I didn't catch that. 7, sounds good to me. 8, it depends. 9, that's a good point. 10, let's do it. Native speakers use these chunks constantly in casual, real conversations. If you want to speak English fluently, stop learning English word by word. Start learning it phrase by phrase, chunk by chunk, because that's how real people speak. That's how real fluency sounds. And that's how you stop thinking and start flowing. Chapter 9, train your speaking reflex daily, not just your knowledge. Most learners are very smart, but still can't speak. They know grammar, understand videos, and read well. But when it's time to speak, they freeze. Why? Because they trained their knowledge, but never their reflex. A reflex is something you do without thinking, like catching a ball, typing your password, or saying hello when answering the phone. You don't think, you just do it. This is what speaking English needs to become. You must train your brain to react with English automatically. If you wait to think, analyze, or translate, it's too late. Many learners spend years reading, writing, and listening, but don't speak daily. They don't train their mouth, so when they try to talk, their brain has no pathway. The connection from mind to mouth is blocked. That's why they hesitate, pause, and forget. You don't need magic, you need consistent action. Here's the step-by-step method to build speaking reflex every day. 1, shadowing practice 5 minutes. Take any English video or podcast. Pause after every sentence. Immediately repeat the sentence with the same speed and tone. Video says, "I'm not feeling well today." You say right after, "I'm not feeling well today." No pausing, no grammar checking. Just copy the sound and speed. This forces your brain to react quickly, just like native speakers. 2. Daily speaking time, 10 to 15 minutes. Every single day, pick a time slot when you only speak in English. You can talk about your day, describe what you're doing, practice answers to questions, or pretend you're in a conversation. The rule is no silence, no native language, just speak. The more your brain is forced to speak, the stronger your reflex becomes. 3. Quick response training. Write down 20 short questions. What's your name? How was your day? What do you do? What's your favorite movie? Then set a 10-second timer. Try to answer each question before the timer ends. This is reflex training. The more you practice, the faster your brain will respond. You won't need 30 seconds to build a sentence. It will come out automatically. If you practice in front of a mirror or record yourself, you create pressure, which is beneficial. You learn to handle your own voice, speak without fear, and build confidence and expression. Fluency is not a memory game, it is a reaction game. You must train for it like a sport. Speak daily. Speak fast, speak without fear. Don't just collect English in your brain. Train your mouth to move, your mind to respond, and your voice to flow. That's how fluency becomes your reality. Chapter 10 talk every day. Even if it's just one sentence, you must speak every single day. It doesn't matter if you're tired, scared, or make mistakes. You must speak even if it's just one sentence. Why? Because consistency builds fluency. Not motivation, not perfection, not talent, only daily repetition. Think about this. If you speak just one sentence a day, that's 7 sentences a week, 30 sentences a month, 365 sentences a year. That's 365 chances to practice grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, confidence, and tone. Now, imagine if you spoke 3 sentences a day. That's over 1,000 sentences in 1 year. Even if you never go to class, even if you have no one to talk to, even if you don't feel fluent yet. This is the power of one small daily action. Let's say you study for 3 hours 1 day a week, then stay silent for 6 days. That's not fluency, that's forgetting. But if you speak just 5 minutes a day, every day, your brain stays active. Your tongue stays trained. Your confidence stays alive because fluency isn't built in 1 day. Fluency is built by not skipping a single day. Just like exercise, you don't get strong from 5 hours in the gym once. You get strong from 30 minutes every day. Speaking is the same. If you don't know what to speak, here's your guide. Describe your day. I woke up at 7. I had tea. Then I checked my phone. Talked to the mirror. You look tired, but we'll have a good day today. Say what you're doing. I'm opening the fridge. I'm cooking eggs. Talk about a memory. Yesterday I went to the park. I saw some kids playing. Ask and answer simple questions. How was my day? It was okay. These are all real. These are all useful. These are what build your speaking reflex, 1 brick at a time. Do not wait for fluency. Speak first every day. Even if it's 1 sentence, even if you're tired, even if it's not perfect, because 1 sentence today is better than no sentence ever. Speak today. Speak tomorrow. Speak Speak every single day until English becomes a part of your soul. Chapter 11. Set up a speaking challenge. Track it like your life depends on it. This is your final chapter. This is your transformation. Now that you've learned everything, there's only one thing left to do. Challenge yourself. Commit. Repeat. No excuses, no delays. No, maybe tomorrow. You need to create your own English speaking challenge and follow it as if your success depends on it, because it does. When you start a challenge, your brain becomes alert. You stop waiting. You stop being lazy. You stop making excuses. You focus. You take action. It gives your learning a purpose, a timeline, and a reward. You are no longer just watching videos. You're on a mission. Here's the step-by-step plan 1. Choose a small daily target. Make it so small you can't fail. Like, speak 3 sentences a day. Record a 1-minute audio diary. Shadow 5 English sentences. Talk to yourself in the mirror for 2 minutes. Ask yourself one question and answer it aloud. Don't go big, go small, but daily. 2. Track it on paper. Get a notebook or paper. Draw 30 boxes, 1 for each day. Each day you complete your speaking task. Put a big check mark. If you skip a day, leave it blank. You will see it. You will feel it. That visual pain is what keeps you going. You must never break the chain. 3. Reward yourself. After 30 days, do something to celebrate. Buy something small you like. Record a before-after video of your progress. Talk with a stranger confidently. Teach someone else what you've learned. These rewards create positive feelings, and those feelings lock the habit into your brain. 4. Repeat it again. After 30 days, do it again. New goal, new month, new level. Because fluency is not a destination, it's a daily identity. For example, Ethan's challenge. Ethan was a beginner. He couldn't speak. He was shy and always afraid. He set one goal. Every day, I will speak 5 sentences aloud no matter what. Day 1, he was nervous. Day 3, he wanted to skip. Day 5, he started enjoying it. Day 15, he could talk without freezing. Day 30, he spoke with a tourist in English for 10 minutes. That one small daily promise changed his life. Now he speaks English daily, and he says, "I'm not learning English anymore. I'm living in it." Your transformation begins with a decision. A challenge is more than just speaking. It's about building trust with yourself. If you can speak every day for 30 days, you will never be the same again. You will think in English. You will speak with confidence. You will become the version of you that you were always meant to be. So set your challenge, track it, honor it, and watch your fluency explode. Let me tell you something very clearly. You don't need more grammar books. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You don't need to know 10,000 words. You need courage. You need daily action. You need to open your mouth and speak. English is not learned in silence. It is built in sound. Every time you speak, even one small sentence, you are breaking fear. Every time you try, even with mistakes, you are building strength. Every time you refuse to stay silent, you are moving forward. Do not wait to feel confident. Confidence is the result of action, not the beginning of it. Do not wait to be perfect. Perfection never comes. Progress does. From today, stop saying, "I will start tomorrow. I need to learn more first." I am not ready. You are ready. You know enough to begin. You have enough to try. You are capable of more than you think. Speak in your room. Speak in front of the mirror. Speak while walking. Speak even when your voice shakes. Because one day, if you keep going, you will wake up and realize something beautiful. You are no longer thinking about English. You are speaking it. And that moment will change your life. So promise yourself today, no more silence, no more fear, no more excuses. Stop thinking, start talking. And if this message helped you even a little, if it gave you clarity, courage, or direction, subscribe to this channel. Because here, we don't just teach English, we build confidence, we build discipline, we build a new version of you. Subscribe now, and let's continue this journey together. Your voice matters. Now go and use it.